welcome to Buranchi special. We bring you anime reviews. Kaz,
Christoph,
Nicole.
Yeah, what's up? So, I know recently we've been a little hateful, guys, on some shows.
Yeah.
We've been a little hateful, so we're gonna bring you some
I
positivity.
haven't. I don't know about you guys. I'm very positive. Sorry.
You guys should see her off camera.
Oh,
Not positive.
Exactly. Put like a cloud above me.
Perpetual rain cloud, like a Charlie
stick
Brown.
in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh god. Alright, so let's get into this now. So the first show I want to talk about, it came out 2017, yeah, early in the year. It's Bue Exorcist or Bue Exorcist, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to talk about the anime and the manga, actually, because the manga is my favorite manga airing. It's the only book I'm caught up to date with right now. It is amazing. It is crazy. And my issue with the original show came out like 6 years ago. And it was one of those shows where halfway through it they had caught up to the manga and it became original anime content. Bless you. And it was good. I really liked it. But so it got me into the book, and then I started reading it though, and I hit the point where it diverged, and I was like, "Wow, this is so much better!" Like half of that show was bullshit. Like I was saying, at the end of towards the end of the first season, like I'm sorry, some spoilers, but the show's like 6-7 years old now.
Yeah.
Like they ended up having so the main character is this kid Rin. He has a twin brother whose name is oh god, why am I blanking out on his name? What is the brother's name? What is the Yokio. Yes, I looked it on the computer. Everyone saw me do that. I'll admit it. And, but you know how the Japanese are. Technically, Rin's the older brother by, like, a fucking minute or some nonsense.
Yeah.
But the show starts off, the original show and the manga starts off, he finds out has demonic powers and he's actually the son of Satan. And their father it's so metal.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and like their father is adopted them, and their father was an exorcist. And you find out he was the paladin, he was the head exorcist, like top dog, you know?
Yeah.
Dude's awesome. Dies in the first episode, first chapter of the manga.
Yeah.
I'm not ruining everything. It's literally what triggers the whole thing. Then he goes Rin wants to become an exorcist, so he goes to school. You find out his brother, you also find this out in like the second episode, his brother's been an exorcist the whole time. They've kept all of this from Rin, you know? Completely in the blue about, in the dark about everything. And it's a good story. You know, he goes to school, he makes some friends, but then like halfway through the original anime, it took a hard turn. You find out that the other brother is also a son of Satan, and they fight Satan, and like you don't see Satan in the book yet or anything. It's like this. It's like the end of Soul Eater anime where they're like, like that didn't happen. It's so much better.
Power of friendship.
They literally punched them with the power of friendship.
Yeah.
Christ. But they do like the same nonsense.
Spirit.
It's the same nonsense with the power of friendship in this one. And then but it's good. Like check it out, but I really suggest reading it. And also so like halfway through the show is where they took like a left turn.
Okay.
They came back with the second season. It was called the Kyoto Saga. It's one saga that was a big part of the book, which is where the exact point of where they took a left turn, they were just like, nah, half that didn't happen.
No.
They make the right turn this time. It is literally word for word from the manga. It is one of the most perfect translations I've ever seen from book to anime. Everything. Literally, the scene of them on the train on the first episode is word for word. Or at least for the translation I read on the computer. You know, I don't think there's that many books out in English. I read it on the computer. I want to know what's going on. Shit's crazy in the book. Like in the anime, it's much more kiddish. The anime, it's like, oh, it's PG-13, more PG, haha. Yeah. Nah, the book is real. All right, the book is real. Like a couple chapters ago, I won't say who. One of the kids just like tried to kill themselves. They put a gun to their head and blew their brains out.
Wow.
Yeah, it is not. It is super intense.
Wow.
It is awesome. Totally recommend checking it out. Yeah,
It's pretty neat.
It's pretty neat.
Range.
I hate you guys. But the anime was amazing. I definitely recommend it. Really, what you should do is watch half of the first season, and then just don't dive into the Kyoto Saga.
Well, what half do they need to stop at?
Yeah.
When they go to Kyoto in the first part of the first show. And then that's where it changes, because they go there and they just have like, they meet everyone and it's ha 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 and they leave. While in the book they go there and they fight one of the, like a fungus king, one of the forbidden kings, and he becomes the size of a castle, and shit's real. And then you find out all this dark secrets about like Bon and Renzo and Miwa, who are all from that town, and because they were like a private sect of like Buddhist exorcists who did their own thing. They weren't part of the True Cross Academy, which is where in the first season I guess I have to touch a little base on that. That's where they go to become exorcists. You see, all that is like glossed over kind of because you already kind of know that going into the show.
Yeah.
So then at this point in time, they are connected. But you find out how they were connected. You find out that Bond's dad, who is like the head priest, he's the head monk actually, of the whole temple. Everyone kind of hates him because he's kind of like a slacker. But he's not really a slacker. He's just got some secret shit going on. But he had met Rin's dad back in the day.
Yeah.
And Rin's dad is the most badass dude. He just shows up, he like kills his monster thing, falls out of the sky with a shotgun, smoking his cigarettes. This is like, yo, I need that sword. And just like steals it from them. And like, it's pretty awesome. And yeah.
That sounds intense.
It's great. It is an intense show though. And I will repeat again though, but it's the best representation from manga to anime I've ever seen.
In the second season?
The second season, yes. Oh, literally every episode, word for word, bless you. There's, I hadn't read, bless you. I haven't read those chapters in like a year now. So I even looked up something. I was like, is that really what happened? Yes, it was exactly what happened. I don't want to say the part because it's on like episode 11 and it will give some things away.
Gotcha.
But they will fix things. Like his brother is also a demon. Nope, that's not a thing anymore.
Yeah.
Because this is an arc where they slightly even start hinting to it in the books. The smallest little hint. And they put in that smallest hint and I'm like, yes, so all the other stuff is totally just null and void. You know? And it's good.
That.
It's great, it's great.
Never mind.
Yeah. Sorry about that one.
My
but
bad.
For what?
Cut that. The first half.
Yeah, there's
Or
like
second half of the
Let's
first
just,
season.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I was thinking about us editing. I was like, did I do something? Did I hit the button by accident?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, totally. They were just like, nah, that didn't happen, man.
Sorry, my bad.
Don't worry. Like, it's literally like,
Sweep that under the
remember
table.
when they got on this train, like, halfway through the show? That's just where we're picking up from. We're on the train.
That's why we gotta pick up.
Yeah, and it's perfect. It's amazing. I loved it. Check it out. Of course, there's action. They're fighting demons and stuff. At the same time, there's a lot less action than you would think because it's actually a very character-built story.
Yeah.
And
I like that.
if you like the Kyoto Saga, you can hop right into the manga where the Kyoto Saga ends. And then that's when things really get real. In the manga, they introduced the Illuminati. And you start meeting... Confirmed. And like, you start meeting other children of Satan. Because Rin is like the 13th youngest brother out of all the children of Satan.
Yeah.
Mephisto, who runs the school, I think is also one of the... He's one of the children of Satan who runs the Tokyo branch, but he defected. And everyone's always shady, and then even in the book, everyone's like, we don't trust him, we think he's up to stuff. I trust the hell out of him. I'm Team Mephisto. I think everything he's doing right. And then, like, if you watch the first season, you will see this kid, Takara, who has this puppet, and he talks to the ventriloquist puppet. You finally see what he's up with him. He's not in the second season at all. You see him in, like, the last episode, like, sleeping, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about him. But he ends up being a big deal. Oh, Shima is my favorite character, and even in the anime, they haven't even touched base on why he's my favorite character. They have him as, like, a little wimp or whatever. I don't want to give it away because it's a crazy twist, but there's more than meets the eye with Shimmy. I'll tell you that right now. I'm cosplaying him next convention I go to.
Yeah.
Not dyeing my hair pink, getting a wig.
Yeah.
Like, it's cool though, because
Can
like,
help you this time.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Like, he has pink hair, Bond has like a blonde mohawk, and you're like, it's anime hair. They go home, and both their moms are like, what the hell did you do to your hair? You look like a jackass.
Oh my god, me whenever I come home after I do my hair, it's like, why?
I like that they touch base and like, that's not real hair. People don't really have hair like that.
That's amazing.
So that's what,
I like
so it brings into like other characters like Shura, like she has crazy hair that's like fire colored. It's like, that can't be real either then. Because they touch base that people don't really have hair like
real,
that.
bro.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
You
it
just
doesn't
put a little effort behind it.
Well, I don't see the sew marks or anything, so I don't think it's a
Not your
weave.
wife.
You know, like I could probably, I'm good at telling weaves or not.
Oh my god.
Bitch got no class.
That's
bad
true,
weave.
he was able to tell whenever I wore extensions.
I'm good at living with my
man.
sister for
I did it
years.
fairly well. I mean,
Yeah, you
Turn
have
it
a point.
into a beauty thing over here.
Yo, those girls be getting hits though.
Yeah.
So yeah, the takeaway from this, check it out. It's amazing. 5 stars on the Kyoto Saga, 3 stars on the original anime, 6 stars going above and beyond on the manga. Best thing ever. Cheating on that one, but really 5 stars. Check it all out.
Cheating.
It's great. And if there's one thing you could take away from this segment is buy a good weave. All right.
Buy a good weave. Alright, hello. So, I'm going to be talking about Shiki. I think it's an older anime.
Is it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
I believe it's like
Yeah.
2009 or something like that.
Yeah. It's
Oh,
not,
this is a little older.
yeah, it's not. I mean, it's
Alright.
not like super old, but.
I actually never heard of it though, so
Really?
yeah.
I mean, it's one season. They didn't even have like a sequel or anything. So I mean, it's fairly
It's
short.
only like 12 episodes too,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
it's
it's only
short.
like 12. It's fairly short. It's easy to binge. So it starts off. You're introduced to this small town, in the middle of nowhere. There's this girl Megumi, and she's real frustrated because she wants to live life in the big city, and she's like, "Oh man, I hate this town. It's so washed up."
It sounds like 1,000 intros to anime.
So
But like this town is like literally in the middle of nowhere.
yeah, like literally.
Just like all these other towns and animes.
Exactly. So there is a house in the town that's like big Victorian style, and it doesn't fit in the town at all. And she walks past it every day, and she's like, "I wonder who would live there." Blah 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 blah. And she's also in love with this kid Yuki, and he hates her. Like he hates her entire
Really?
existence. Yeah,
Yeah,
like
no.
she's
Oh,
real
God.
creepy though. She waits like outside his window at night, and he like closes his blinds and like, "What the fuck?" Like,
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
So she's
no.
like a stalker.
yeah, no, she's
yeah,
weird.
like yeah.
But
Alright, that's-
anyway, back to the house.
Like
so
my baby saying crazy things like go away.
she's like, "Babe, why
God.
don't you answer me?" Anyway, so
When do people start getting decapitated? It sounds like people are about to
starts
get
happening
decapitated.
really fast. It's nothing like that gruesome though. Alright, so basically family moves into the house and she's all
Oh, so this
excited.
house was empty the whole time.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, so new family moves into the house and she's all like, "Oh my god, like I have to meet them, I have to get them like to be their adoptive daughter, blah 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 blah."
Does she not have
And
like a family?
she does, but she wants to be glamorous.
Oh.
She wants to live the big life.
So she's a
bro.
brat.
Exactly. Yes.
Alright.
Exactly. This is like first episode, so it's kind of like a spoiler, but it's
anything
first
for-
episode, so it's like
You gotta tell at least the first episode.
long story short,
Yeah.
she ends up meeting them, then dying, and that
yeah.
triggers
The whole
The rest of the show?
Yeah, people start getting sick, and the doctor's really confused because the only symptoms are like symptoms of anemia, and they're just really tired, and then they just die.
Was done.
yeah,
So they
pretty much.
It's very confusing. They start thinking it's like some kind of epidemic.
Mhm.
There's a monk in the town, and he's like, I don't know what's going on. Very scary.
Yeah.
I don't actually have a doctorate.
And people like start dropping like flies. Like it's literally like
And it's
one
I'm
after
guessing it's a small
another.
town where we
No.
know every single person
It's
in
one of
town.
those farm towns.
Yeah.
So yeah,
it's-
like you know everybody in town.
yeah, and
yeah,
everyone's
alright.
like
It's like
freaking out.
20 families, like that's it.
Oh wow, that's a lot of. So they're losing majority of this
Yeah.
town.
Yeah.
Like,
alright.
a couple episodes in, you start getting like introduced to the family that moved into the house, and they're just very like they seem very off.
Is this lady that looks like she's from Kill la Kill, one of the people that moved in?
No.
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 No, they all like this girl. She's they all have blacked out eyes pretty much. Like they look scary. Like they don't look normal.
They look like
Yeah.
normal people.
Yeah, they don't.
Oh Christ.
It's actually like I mean, I don't know. Whatever. It's not till like halfway through the series where you find out that they're like it's a vampire
Yeah,
thing.
that's just say it.
Yeah, so they're vampires pretty much, and that's the whole aspect of it. But yeah, you don't really find out until like.
So it's
the
like a
middle
mom,
of the show.
a dad, and a child. I'm guessing. who
Yeah,
moved in there?
a lot of it, like in the beginning, is just how they're so flabbergasted that people are just dying.
I would
And,
leave town.
They introduce it very slowly. Like they start introducing the little girl who moved into the house. It's like their daughter, and she pops up every so often with the monk because the monk's an author, and she's like, "Oh, your biggest fan! Oh God!"
And are their eyes
But,
always black, even when they're in
Yeah,
town?
that's just how you
Yeah.
know.
Oh God, I'm
That's
running.
what I mean. It's like very
It's
like
the
you
only
know there's
distinct-
something
yeah,
off
It's
about
the only
them.
distinct feature.
No, yeah, something off about them.
Yeah.
Completely pitch black
Like,
eyes.
They're weird.
That's more than something off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Alright.
it's pretty intense. Like, it's a lot of deaths. Like, you don't know who's gonna live, and it's like, oh my god, I hope you don't die. But yeah.
All right.
I would give it like 3.5 stars.
All right.
fine.
Cool.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I'm surprised it's showing over my head. I like this type of
Yeah, it's
stuff.
really
I never heard of it.
I've seen it. I saw it when it
2009.
came out on DVD. I give it like a 4, 4 and a
Yeah.
half
Pretty good.
at the time from my memory.
Yeah, I will say though, anime's gotten even in that past like 7 years,
That's what
since
I'm saying,
2009,
like-
shit's got real.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. Like at that moment when I saw it, because I haven't seen it since, I give it like a 4 and a half.
Yeah.
I know, like I rewatched some shows recently, and I was like, this isn't as good as I thought.
Yeah.
You know, like I don't want to get into that because we'll talk about it next episode. So that's why I cut myself off.
Yeah.
But what are you bringing to the table today?
Oh, okay. So
Besides broken hopes and dreams,
Oh!
apparently broken hopes and dreams. Anyway,
because you got work on Monday.
That is true. I'm going to be talking about Animegataris, which is literally a translation of Anime Talk, which is exactly
And this is
what we
from the last season, right?
Which is from fall.
Yeah.
Yes, it literally
Alright,
just
cool,
ended,
cool.
so it's 12 episodes, obviously.
Everything we talked about today was 12 episodes.
12 episodes.
So that's kind.
Yeah.
Easy
Look at that.
I
Easy
love 'em.
peasy lemon squeezy,
And
right?
out, full story.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
This one's super easy though. This is like literally just students getting together. Stuttered on that one. Manoa, which is the protagonist, she knows absolutely nothing about anime, but has seen one particular anime on their TV from when she was like.
So it's like how everybody watched Dragon Ball Z growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of, and being like, I love anime, but like they don't actually know anything
yeah.
about anime. But like she like fell in love with that, but hasn't like pursued anime up until she goes into high school, and she meets this one girl named Arisu, I believe, if I remember correctly, who is like this pristine girl, like got money, has got the butler, like comes with a
Woo!
limousine.
Balling out of control.
They like do like a whole glow behind her when she walks.
Oh, they
and
literally
everyone
give her
goes
the
quiet.
aura?
Yeah, they give her the
Oh
aura
my
and
I
everything,
wonder how much that costs.
right?
You have to hit a net worth of 1.5 million.
Yeah,
Mhm.
true.
My
And
favorite.
then she overhears her talking to her friend in homeroom about this one anime, and then she's like, "Meet me by the statues after lunch, I believe, or after school, whatever the deal
Maybe
is."
outside.
And she turns out to be otaku, like complete
Real
fan.
hardcore.
like real hardcore, like just
Aw.
bombards her with all this anime and like
Read
forces
this
her, forces it down her throat, and she just becomes like this like anime guru by the end of the season. And she like engulfs anime culture completely in manga.
So
and
there's no
everything.
crazy stuff that goes on, right?
I mean,
Just like
there's a
slice of
decent
life.
thing towards the end of
Very
it.
slice of life anime.
Towards the end of
Yeah.
it, you like there's this one character called
No, I mean, there's no like magic. There's no mythical
No.
crap. It's like real world setting,
Very
right?
yeah, but there's this.
Alright.
The issue is like there's a talking cat, and you're like, why is there a talking cat?
I knew they had
in
to
a
throw
closet?
something in. They
Yeah.
had to throw
Something
something in
weird.
there. It is animated still.
And then
Alright.
it's like there's this one guy whose name is I'm gonna pronounce it wrong, but I believe it's Kuki, like Kouki, and every time you say his name, he's like, "Don't call me that," and like he walks away every single time, and you
Pleasant
don't
person.
realize it till the end why. And then the end credits is when you really understand why.
So like
this
literally
guy-
ending credits of the
yeah,
show.
and you understand it the last episode, and then the ending credits
Tell me off camera.
explains. I will.
Yeah.
Explains everything. So I give it like a 4. It got like a 6.6 rating on like my anime.
Yeah, I
list.
saw it didn't have that
So
good of a
it's
rating.
not that bad, but I'm not giving it like 4.5 or anything because what
Four's
got,
a good rating. It's 4 or
What-
5.
what got
in
me-
their defense, I feel like slice of life animes don't
Yeah.
get a high rating ever.
Yeah.
Also, it seems like it's an anime for very dedicated anime
Yeah.
fans. And
But
you're
what
somebody
really,
like us who
honestly,
like
what
it.
really got me is that because they talk about anime, they literally were talking about like, oh yeah, by the 3rd episode something dramatic happens. So something happened in the 3rd episode that was
Oh, so
dramatic. They literally were talking about
I like
cliches
that,
and
I
stuff
like
that in
that.
anime and
As
as
it
it was
was-
going on.
That's cool. I really like that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch this show.
And they had like other animes. They would go to like stores and have other animes and be like, I know what that one was
Do they
from, but
use
they
real
changed the
animes?
words. Yeah, but they just changed the wording around.
Oh,
But
so
it's
they
still, you
put
still knew what it
parodies on the
was.
real one.
Exactly.
Because I know, like in Durarara, they actually have points where there's real animes that are owned by the same company or on like backgrounds.
Yeah,
and
With,
stuff.
billboards or something.
Yeah,
What's
billboards
it,
and stuff.
Assassination Classroom. There's a
They do
part
that
where
too?
like they have like a Naruto like
Yeah.
the ninja band.
Yeah, like
And I was like, wait.
what's
And they're
that
like
one?
Naruto's not on the test.
Yeah.
They have a giant billboard of an irregular at like Magic High School in Durarara. I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
I see that on Crunchyroll. I don't watch that.
Sure.
But yeah, that's cool. That sounds
But
good.
yeah, but I liked it. I think it was for a once, even if it was just a one season, that was it. It was a good in between watch if you're waiting for something new to come on. in
It sounds
the
like something
next
nice to
season.
watch that if you don't want something super intense.
Yeah, it's
You
really
know?
not hard. You're gonna laugh. It's
Nice.
kind of stupid, but it's not stupid at the same time. It gives you chuckles. I appreciated it.
It sounds good actually. That sounds.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna check that out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like
it.
a
That's all I
pleasant
have.
time.
It
pleasant-
was indeed
pleasant
it was
deal.
super quick. So
But what's it called? Oh, so I guess real quick we'll touch on a little bit of news because So Seven Deadly Sins. Everyone knows what I'm talking about.
Huh.
Me and my friend Shayna, Tito's girlfriend.
Okay.
And
Thank you for clarifying. That's the only Shanna we know. But...
Right, fair enough. I'm fuck. I'm gonna cut that part out.
It's fine.
So Shayna and I have been discussing this show because we're both really excited for it. We got dicked over last year because the creator got sick and they put out those 4 in-between episodes instead of season 2. So I know a lot of people are confused because season 2 was supposed to drop last weekend, the 6th.
Yeah.
And then it was supposed to drop yesterday on the 13th. And we found out it dropped in Japan yesterday, but it still won't come to America for another month.
Damn.
I know. I woke up with a text from her with the biggest, like, slanty face with, like, 10 lines on it. Like, it doesn't come out in
The
America.
4 episodes that were released
last year are just filler episodes.
Are just fillers. They have
that's
nothing to do with what's about to happen.
No, they literally are just them dicking. You didn't watch 4 episodes?
I didn't even know about it.
Oh,
because everyone just kept talking about it and nothing happened. So I didn't pay
It's just them
attention to
dicking
any
around the
of the news that was
town.
going
Yeah,
on.
it's just enough for them to be like, look, we didn't forget about you, but the guy's really sick. So
Yeah.
here's 4 bullshit episodes that he probably didn't even write. But it's literally like 1 episode of the giant girl and the cloud guy like on a date, you know, and it's just nonsense. And that one's actually sad because like they go on a date and then I think she like hits your head and forgets everything.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, bump.
Yeah.
I like
But like that's the whole. They don't even glance through it. But what they are fighting in this is they're fighting the 10 Commandments. Those are gonna be the bad guys of this season.
Okay.
That's kind of interesting.
They look awesome from the preview I watched a couple weeks ago, like the 30-second preview. They looked intense. It looks very. They had a lot of fighting in the last show too, but it looks like more heated and intense fighting.
Okay.
You know, it looks like they're gonna be more brutal battles than before. People more on their level.
Okay.
You know how like the first season we found out how tough they really are because you don't know. Now that we know how uber tough they are, we need other uber tough people to fight.
So
them.
it's like Dragon Ball Z. Let's just introduce some more and stronger.
No, but a little different though, because Dragon Ball Z, you watch them level up. This, they were like, oh, by the way, I'm rigged, and you're like, oh, you are. You're like super OP. Like I kind of knew that because you fought the whole show without a real sword.
Yeah.
But now that we know they're all OP, and then we have Merlin, we're gonna fight the 10 Commandments. You know, I'm not gonna say any religious
Logically,
aspects.
that's what I would do.
Yeah,
I have
of
like a
course.
weird thing about that show. I don't like how they draw their noses.
Right? Thank you.
Really?
I need to know
Oh my god, thank you!
I gotta Google this now.
I don't like it.
I'm gonna Google it off
It's weird.
camera.
It's weird.
But
It's
yeah.
very round, I feel.
Really?
I don't like it. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I never noticed. I bet you now that when I see this, I'm gonna not be
weird.
able to not see it now.
It's
You know?
weird.
That's just what you're going to be looking at.
Yeah. Well, that's it. That's my one little piece of news I wanted to throw in there. Because I know I've actually had people ask me about this because Netflix is one of those shows everybody watches.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But yeah. See you guys next week.
Bye.
These bitches didn't invite me.